Tijmen, thanks very much for joining us here in your offices in Amsterdam.
Of course.
A lot of focus at the moment on the residential sector and uncertainty given the new regulations. What's the potential impact there?
Yeah, so what we see is that there will be a ban on temporary lease agreements, while earlier it was possible to agree upon lease agreements until 2 years with lessees. That will of course impact the market. On the other hand, we see that there will be a third sector for residential lease agreements. Currently, there are 2 sectors. There's a regulated market and there's a non-regulated market, and there will be a mid-market sector because the minister thinks that we need more affordable homes, contrary to the current position for lessees. So. That will have an impact because over 90% of the residential market will be regulated, either by the regulated market or the mid-rental market, and that will of course have its impact on the income of investors and also on the numbers for new investment.
And there's a big focus here, obviously, in the Netherlands around sustainability, increased regulation, but also a focus in general across Europe around stranded assets.
Exactly.
I guess what influence is that having at the moment in terms of both the investors and at the buyers and the sellers?
Yeah. So what we see is that first, in terms of ESG regulation, I think the most important one are the EU taxonomy, and on the other hand, the CREM, the Carbon Real Estate Monitor. So, and we see that the EU taxonomy is already, the requirements of the EU taxonomy are already included in the BREEAM certification. So that has its impact. Users would like to have a building which has a high BREEAM certification, not only for marketing goals, but also because they want to give their employees, of course, a nice place to work. And on the other hand, we see that there are also some financial drivers. If there is if your building is ESG compliant, if it's EU taxonomy compliant, financial parties are often already bounded to this EU taxonomy regulations, and other parties are being driven by better interest rates for their finance, for example.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting area to watch that in terms of what investors are looking for going forward. Thanks very much for joining us, Tijmen.
Yes, of course. Thank you.